Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing an acrylic full set and it's going to be Halloween themed. So we're doing something for the spooky season and I'm using a round ball bit and this is a diamond bit, for example. It's not a ceramic or a carbide bit, so it's definitely smooth enough to use on the skin. And as you can see, I'm not actually putting this bit on the nail plate, it's more so going towards the skin just to help push it back and lift it up from the nail plate, so that way it can expose that area and we can completely prep for the acrylic process, so removing that dead skin off of there, and that really will help you prevent lifting. And then here you'll see that I'm using a sanding band and the mandrel bit, and this is just to etch the nail plate. I'm not trying to remove layers of the nail, I am simply just etching it and removing any of the oils, which her nails look a little dehydrated already because we were doing the soak off, but her nails were not in the acetone for a long time, which is just a pro tip. If you have someone's nails in acetone, they're soaking for a long time, sometimes if you over dehydrate the nail, it'll cause the nail to come back in like a little bit, it'll cause more oils to build up on the nails, what I'm trying to say, and you want to avoid doing that. So the best way to do that, actually, believe it or not, is before you put their hands in the acetone, put a little bit of oil on there, and that'll keep their nails from becoming too dehydrated, because then if they produce a lot of oils after the fact, after you put like a fresh set on, that is going to cause lifting. So just remember that. But like I said, really for me, my clients' hands are never really in the acetone for more than 15 minutes because I make sure I take the time to file them down really thin so they don't have to sit in the acetone for long. And that also speeds up the process for the soak off. And for the ball bit, I use that on a speed of 6 or 7. And then for the mandrel bit and the sanding band, I use that only on a speed of 4. And those are both NK RPMs. And the drill I'm using today is the one from Kiara Sky. And I'm also using the Valentino dust collector as well. And then next you will see me using some alcohol and my manicure brush, and that's just to remove any dust off of the nail plate. And then now we're going in with some tips. So I'm using the stiletto tips from the Nail Secret. I probably am going to be trying out the clawy ones because I want to get some of those nail tips. I feel like they'll also help me out just a little bit more with my process with my nails and everything like that. So I'm excited to try those out and to use those. And plus, it's just a little bit hard for me to get my hands on the Nail Secret tips nowadays. So I am going to just go ahead and use ones from Clawly because they have them in my nail supply store in Greensboro. So that's really exciting. I love that. So I can go in and go pick them up like no problem. So I can't lie, I'm kind of going to miss that if I move from Greensboro. So yeah. Alrighty everyone, and then for glue, I'm using the KDS nail glue. And another tip is, if you find that you're having a hard time with your glue, like this, the glue doesn't want to come out, or it's the consistency is off, whether it be too runny or not runny enough, if you put it in the refrigerator, it will actually help with the glue. It'll help it to work a little bit better for you. And that's also a little chemistry for you, but some glues work best when they're cold or kept in a colder environment. For example, if you do use the Zulay nail blink adhesive, then you know that she says to go ahead and refrigerate that. It's also the same if you use the Mia Secret gel resin. I don't know if it says it on the bottle. I haven't used it in a few years, but I know that if you refrigerate it, it will give the best, like it would help with its properties. So definitely be sure to give that a try. If you're having issues with any of your glues, put it in the refrigerator. Do not put it in the freezer though, but put it in the refrigerator. And you probably should definitely see a difference, and it should work a lot better for you. And I always do like to use my nail glue dryer spray just to help it dry a little bit faster, and I feel like it gives it that extra adhesion that I need it to have. And my clients say they feel like their nails are not going anywhere, so I love using that combo. And you can pick that up at Sally's or even on Amazon, but I normally just get it from Sally's because sometimes they do have a sale on it. But if you can't get it from Sally's, like say if you don't have one near you, or if it's just not in your area or your country, but yeah, so definitely try Amazon and you should be able to find it there. And then you also see me here, I'm just cutting the tips, and I'm using my unicorn scissors. I actually got these off of Nail Supply Glamour, and I love these scissors. All my clients are like, oh my gosh, your scissors are so cute, because they love that they're unicorn scissors. And I really do love them too, and I've had them for about 2 to 3 years now. But it works very well. It's amazing, so I definitely love using these. And whenever you're trying to cut the tips on the other hand, my suggestion is that whenever you're cutting the tips, is always ask your client to show you how long they want them on the middle finger first. And the reason why I say the middle finger is because that is the longest finger. Typically on most people's hands, it's the longest finger. And if you think about it, you want to match your other nails up to that length. But I also like to make sure that I make the middle finger just a little bit longer, not a whole lot longer than the other nails, because then that allows me to be able to, because if you make, sometimes the middle finger can seem short because it is longer, so when you line it up with the other ones, so it is going to be longer technically, but to the eye, it won't look longer. It'll look the same as the other ones. So that's just a tip. And then the way I line up the nails is I like to do it by lining it up to the cuticle area. So cuticle to cuticle. And that helps me do it that way, because what happens is some people's nail beds are longer on one hand versus the other. So some people's nail beds may be a little bit shorter. And that'll help me really kind of just line it up. And you'll kind of just see that. Like you can see that with her thumbs here. The thumb on her right hand is shorter than the thumb on the left hand. So that's just kind of a tip there, so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. And then here I am using a 180 grit file. So a 180 grit, so not 180 but 180. So it's 100 on one side and 80 on the other side. And I'm just going in and shaping these tips up just a little bit. This is a rough shape. I'm not trying to make it perfect because I am going to have to shape them again after I put the acrylic on. But I do like to go ahead and get the tips pretty shaped up fairly nicely, as you can see, but they're already kind of a nice shape. And then now I am going in with some crystal clear, and I'm just putting a little base down on the tip for the ombre I'm going to do on the ring fingers. And I do this because then I can file that white off and just put that same nude back if we do something different for the next time. It just makes it a whole lot easier. So I recommend that you guys do that. But all the other nails are going to be nude. And the nude that we went with was the Valentino Beauty Purist, the number 6 from Victoria's collection. And I'll show you guys later on the end all the acrylic products that I used. And I also do show you the gel colors as well. But most of it is Valentino or it's D&D. And I also did use some Swarovski crystals as well that I got from Michaels. And I am using my Panna brush. I'm using it in the number 12. And I'm just going in with that. Also, I'm also using the Valentino Beauty Pure monomer. And for the prep, I used the Valentino Dehydrator and the Super Bond primer. That's also from Valentino. So basically, almost everything is from Valentino in this video. But hey, it works for me. I like the system. You like what you like. You use what you use. But for me, Valentino works just fine. And it works pretty much for all my clients. So I recommend it. It's a little pricey, but I recommend it. And the blue towel that you see me using is a shop towel. I get these on Amazon as well. So I will be sure to put the link down below in the description box. But I highly, highly, highly recommend you guys get these towels. And I always do put a little towel over top of my table because I do have a glass tabletop. And I don't want it to get scratched up, but it also helps with absorbing it as well. Okay, and I do have one more quick tip for you all. So if you do have issues with having the acrylic smell in your suite, your home, whatever, I highly recommend that you do use a closed lid trash can. I know in North Carolina it's actually required by state board that you do have a trash can that has a lid on it for that type of waste or receptacle. So I go ahead and put that in there, and then I also always have a candle burning. And then actually in my suite there is like a ventilation system. It's not super large either. It's throughout the entire suites, but that does help a lot. And I just leave that on all the time. I don't never turn it off. And but yeah, and anytime people come into my suite, they're always like, oh, it just smells like the candle. And I also keep an air wick in there too. I know some people don't like to use the air wicks. It's really up to you. It's completely your preference. Do what you want to do. But I find my best method to help get the smell down is using a trash can with a closed lid for my acrylic waste, and then I put my other waste in an open one. That's okay. And from there, aside from that, anytime I open my door, people are telling me like they can smell all the way down the hall the candle, not the monomer. Anytime I go in my room, it never smells like monomer. And that's really the best tip I can give you. So if you can find an air purifier or a ventilation system, even like one that, kind of see if you can't find one that leads outside. But if it's just an air purifier, that'll help you too. And just get you a candle that has a good strong smell to it. For example, I have one that is, what do I use? I use like the whipped coffee one from Bath and Body Works. I use the banana walnut muffin one. Any ones like that. Just make sure it has a really strong smell to it. And people won't smell that, they'll just smell the candle 100%. So I recommend that. Okay, and using the same file from earlier, I'm just filing up the nails. You guys can see how I file. This is what works best for me. And as you can see, the nails already look pretty good as far as the structure of them after acrylic application. without me doing a whole lot of work. So my best advice to you, if you want to cut down on filing time, or if you want to cut down on the amount of time you spend doing certain tasks with your nails, work on your application. It's going to take a while. It's going to take several tries, but it's 100% worth it. That's the only way you're going to cut down on your time, honestly. And then also getting into the routine of what you have to do. You don't have to think about it. Just go, you know. But that's all I'm doing, and I'll just continue that process on the other hand. And then you'll also see me going with the e-file. And anytime I e-file, I use it on a speed of 12K RPMs. I don't really have to use it on anything that's higher than that, just because, again, my application's already pretty smooth and everything like that. But the second round of filing normally takes me about maybe 15 minutes, unless they're super long. That's going to take me longer. The longer the nails are, the longer it's going to take me. But this one, I think, only took me about 15 minutes to do, all in all. And then also, after I finish filing, I do go in and buff. So you will see me do that, but that also is included within that 15-minute period. And then after I do that, I'll go ahead and give them the brush, and I'll have them go scrub their hands to get the dust off, and then they'll put it in the Barbicide liquid that I have available for my brushes in my suite. And then, in case you're wondering why I use the e-file and go along the tip of the nail like I'm doing right there, it's because it helps get a really crisp shape, like the shape is very sharp. And it also, I've learned this tip from watching other people do nails actually, but it also helps with the being able to see the shape really nicely in your photos. So I recommend you guys do that as well, because it gives it more of that squared off even shape whenever you're doing like square or coffin or tapered square, and it just helps out a lot. So I just recommend you guys use that technique. It's helped me out a ton. Okay, and I already did the right hand off camera, but I'm using the base coat from Valentino, and I like to use it whenever I'm going to do nail art. It just helps to eliminate the amount of potential that there is for the polish clinging to any scratches that are on the nail. And although yes, we did buff the nail, this also does, it just helps to make it easier for us to make sure that the polish application is smooth whenever we're doing nail art. And it also, if you have to wipe something off, the polish is not sticking to the acrylic. So it just gives it a nice slip kind of layer. You can think about it that way. Some people also like to use matte gel polish, but me personally, I just want to use the base coat. That's what it's kind of there for anyway. So use base coat. Then I will have my clients put their hand in the lamp for about 60 seconds. And I used number 94 from Valentino. I also used the French tips from D&D, which is a white, and I also used 48 from Valentino, and I'm using the Creation top coat, and it's their diamond gel top coat actually. But y'all see that shape? That shape looks good. You can't tell me it doesn't. It looks so good. And the first thing I'm going to do is kind of just drawing this white design on there. I'm going to actually insert a picture of the inspo that we got inspo from. She kind of wanted me to change a few things about it, and it just turned out looking really cute. So I'll just add a little inspo pics on here, but you can also check it out on my Instagram, because I did tag the original creator, so you guys can check their work out too. Okay y'all, so for whatever reason I cannot find the photo that I got the inspo from, but like I said, it's tagged on my Instagram, so just head over to my Instagram and check it out. But they turned out really nice, honestly. Like, I was shocked that I could do this. Like, for so long, you guys, I struggled so hard with doing nail art, and to see that with time and practice and dedication, I've been able to get better and actually been able to execute nail art in a manner which I never could have imagined for myself. So just a little inspiration for you guys. I'm still learning every day how to do different stuff, but I'm so happy I'm learning how to do nail art a little bit better. And also for each layer of polish, I cure for 30 seconds, but go according to what type of lamp you have. I have an all LED lamp, so I can do that. And then apart from that, you also want to do it for, like if it says to do 45 seconds, you do it for 45 seconds. If it says 60 seconds, then you cure it for 60 seconds. Make sure you go based upon whatever the manufacturer's label, oh my gosh, the manufacturer's label says. So don't just do it based upon what I'm telling you, because of course I read it for myself, but you know, it's different according to the different lamp you may have. And then I apologize, I'm out of frame a little bit, but you guys can kind of see here now how I'm doing the web design. But it's really cool. And I recommend that you get a really thin liner brush for these, like intricate, like small designs. You get those fine lines in there really nicely. And just make sure you find you a good black so you don't have to go over it several times. But I do recommend the black from Valentino. It's a true black. And then here on this nail, we did like kind of like a moon design there, and then we did one that had like the little, I guess it looks like kind of like little eyelashes coming off of the moon, but it was really cute, super pretty, and I love this silver glitter. Like, I love all these colors together. It's just it's like a chef's kiss. It's just great. It's just good. It looks so good. And then I also did take my dotting tool and do like a few little black dots over the nail, and I also did like a little star on the nail as well. And then here you can also see me just doing a little line design on this nail, and you can see me kind of drawing in the moon. And it's going to take me a few little lines and erasing and going back in to get it perfect how I want it to be, or yeah, perfect to my standards, because honestly, you guys, I'm a perfectionist. I like for my work to all be even, to all look the same. And also part of that is too because I do paint, so I do kind of have to have like a fine detail, like fine attention to detail. I need to have really great attention to detail because I love to paint and stuff like that. So that's kind of trained me to look at things and to see how kind of people can do that without having to look it up, and kind of giving myself the idea, okay, well, maybe I could try it this way based upon what I know. And I will tell you guys, painting on nails is way harder than it is on a canvas, because you can stretch, you can sketch something out of the canvas, but with nails you kind of just have to go right in with the paint. That's taught me how to just go ahead and just decide just to freehand paint without sketching. But I love doing nail art now. It's a lot of fun. It used to be so daunting and intimidating for me before, but as I pushed myself and got myself out there, and I kind of just started working in salons and stuff like that, you kind of just learn to go ahead and give it a try. Otherwise, you're doing yourself a disservice by not at least attempting it, because girl, you're missing out on money. But aside from that, it's fun, and it's a rewarding process to see your nail art designs come to fruition and just let things happen. And just really just trust the process. Now, there's sometimes if you can't do something, like that's out of your skill set, then tell the person. Don't just be like, hey, or you say, I can try it. I've never done it before, but I can see how it looks, and we can see if you like it or not. Or if you don't have time for me to try it out, because it may take me a little bit of time, then we can just do something a little bit simpler. But I'm willing to try if you're willing to allow me to give me that time to try. And they'll normally, more times than not, they'll appreciate you at least trying, or they'll appreciate your honesty up front versus you saying you can do something and you actually cannot do it, because then you kind of get their hopes up. So kind of just keep that in mind as you're going along. And if you're wanting to try how to learn how to do different nail art, get you a practice finger, practice those different designs, and I promise you'll get it. And it's also going to take a learning curve of learning the brushes you need to get certain looks. So there's also that. Okay, and these are the nails before I apply the Creation Diamond Gel top coat. And I do apologize, you guys. I was not able to get the footage for the thumb and the ring finger. I think I accidentally either deleted it, or maybe I just forgot to press record again. But I do apologize about that. But it's just a little ghost and like some little dripping like white looking slime. And then on the right, on the thumb, it's just another spider web nail. So it's kind of something you've already seen before with the thumb, but with the ghost one, it's kind of easy to draw. But yeah, I really do like these. They turned out so cute. We both were so excited after doing it. They were watching Bridgerton or something on the television while I was doing these nails. I can't lie, it did take a little bit of time though, so don't feel discouraged if it takes you a while, especially with nail art, you guys. This is a lot of intricate work. You have to do fine lines. It's going to take a little bit of wiping stuff off and putting it back on. Just be patient with yourself, be patient with the process, and I promise you'll love how everything turns out. So of course, just take your time. And if your person's not willing to sit there and wait, tell them, hey, maybe doing nail art may not be for you, just because it's going to take me time. You can't expect me to do all this in an hour. Like, I don't know who's going to do that, or if you do it in an hour, it's not going to look as good as what it would if you would have taken your time. So just a little bit of advice there. And like I said, I showed you all the products that I used from the acrylic portion right here, because I didn't show you guys earlier. But they turned out so cute, y'all. And I used the Valentino oil, and it's a tangerine scent. It smells so good. My clients love the smell. And yeah, so on this hand, the only thing I did differently on the right hand was I did a spider, and we did white for the ring finger as opposed to the silver, and black on the thumb on this hand as opposed to the white on the thumb for that hand. But it looks so cute. Look at the side profile, y'all. The nails look good. They have a great structure. Everything just looks beautiful. I love this set. I'm so shocked. Like, if you guys only knew how hard it was for me to do nail art before, it's like a 360. So anyway, and then now I'm using this this lotion from OPI. And it's a pomegranate berry smelling lotion. All my clients love this lotion. I love the lotion. So again, yeah, but I got it from my local nail supply store. So I don't know if they still sell it online or not, but it smells so good. And I like to always end my services off with cuticle oil and a light massage and oil for my clients' hands. And then I do go in with a lint-free nail wipe or an alcohol wipe, and I just go ahead and wipe off the oil and stuff off the nails so their top coat is shiny again for pictures, and their hands are nice and oiled up, and they look great. And the photos are not dry and ashy. So I'd recommend that you guys use that tip as well. Okay, and this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I apologize that the angles were not the best, but I loved them, my client loved them, and I hope you guys loved them, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.